another episode of the house in Fata Morgana. So, on the last episode, after Michel returned from his, whatever you want to call this period where he supposedly went back to the past when Morgana lived and convinced all the people to set her free from the tower. Maybe call it a dream or whatever. But yeah, so after he returned from that, he found the white-haired girl, and she convinced him to slay her. Yes, she wanted Michel to slay her with a sword, and so he did. And that was supposed to, I guess, set in motion Morgana's return back to her original self. Because remember, at the end of Morgana's life, she had kind of a split where she had, like, on one side herself that was full of hate for these people who imprisoned her, and then the other side you have what eventually turned into the white-haired girl, which is more of her, like, saintly personality. So after Michel ended the white-haired girl's life, he returned to the mansion and found Morgana in the tower, and took a while, but he eventually convinced her to leave the mansion. I think they're leaving the mansion, or maybe they're just leaving the tower. I can't remember, but anyway, that's where we left off. So they have just now left the tower. Hand in hand, we travel the cursed mansion's corridors. The halls overflow with darkness, cut off from the sun and devoid of color. Despite having spent much time in this place, it's never stopped being depressingly gloomy. No one, for any reason, should be left behind in a place like this. We cross through the living room, making our way to the back garden door. There are no children laughing beyond the door, but I can faintly smell flowers. Michel, what am I supposed to say to them? If nothing comes to mind, you don't have to say anything. I get the feeling they'll have something to say to you, though. So if you would, try to hear them out. Okay, I think they're talking about the people who had originally imprisoned her in the tower. So they're going to go confront them. I'm not looking forward to this. It'll go fine, I promise. Nothing that happens could possibly make things worse than they already are. The only way to go from here is up, so up we go. Let's go then, I suppose. A hollow breeze brushes through the gray-filled rose garden. The shadow standing there turns toward us. It gradually starts looking more and more like the young man it once was. Morgana? It's okay. We're here to free your soul. Michel. You forgive me for what I did, Morgana? No, I don't. All this means is that I'm done cursing you. Ah. Well, either way, thank you. I know what I'm doing here now. Or I guess I remember what I'm doing here. I deserve to be cursed after everything I've done to you. It can't have been easy, that's for sure. I'm sorry for all the pain I caused. What's done is done. I guess. Still, I wasn't lying when I said I wanted to be friends. I meant it. I really did. I know now why you did what you did. Why you sold me out. Some people might say you had no other choice, but as the girl you actually sold out, those are words you'll never hear from my lips. Fair enough. Nonetheless, objectively speaking, you too were a victim. Not resent me for punishing you in spite of that? Huh? I presume you're now able to recall everything, both your first life and the second one I subjected you to when the house was called Rose Manor? Yeah. What happened then was the result of my wish. You have every right to despise me. The way I see it, with or without your curse, Nellie still would have had the same feelings for me. It was my fault for being too dense to realize she thought of me as more than a brother. Things would have turned out the way they did regardless. The white-haired girl was the spark that set her off, though. And it was because of me that she ended up at that mansion. My wish was to see your life utterly ruined. And in service of that desire, the white-haired girl was born into that era as your half-sister. So I disagree. My curse did play a significant role in your fate. Regardless, I don't feel like it would be right of me to blame you. Things turned out the way they did because I was weak and ran from the problem instead of facing it. Michel wouldn't have had to get hurt either if only I'd had more of a spine. I guess calling her Michel is kind of confusing with Michel here, huh? How should I refer to her then? Girl Michel, maybe? Creativity is not your strong suit, is it? She wouldn't happen to be around, would she? She has departed from this world. Or perhaps it would be better to say she's returned to her rightful place in it. The girl you knew as Michel is gone forever. Ah. That's too bad. I was hoping I could apologize to her too. I believe you've made your feelings quite clear. Not... wait. Okay. Not that she would hold it against you if you didn't apologize. That's simply her nature. Oh. Well, Morgana, I'm so sorry for everything. I am going to free your soul from the bonds of this cursed mansion, after which it should return to its rightful place. Okay. But before that, I've got one last thing I'd like to say to you, Michel. To me? It was a little hazy, but I did kind of get to see what you were up to until just a little bit ago. If you hadn't done what you did for me, for Nellie, for Morgana, for everyone, I'm not sure I would have been able to work up the guts to apologize. I'm pretty sure I would have still been convinced I wasn't at fault. It may not have been real, but your effort wasn't in vain. Thank you. You're welcome. Well, I guess this is goodbye. Farewell, Mel, until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Goodbye, Morgana. You don't have to tell me that he wasn't a bad person. But bad people aren't the only ones who do bad things. That's true, yes. But having a conscience can be a double-edged sword. The regret is so overwhelming, you don't want to believe you could do something so awful, that some outside force must be to blame. So I hope you're willing to accept at least part of his apology. Lead the way, my dear, to where the next soul awaits. Okay, I'm gonna go get some more water, so I'll be back here in a minute. Okay, I am back. The staircase leading to the cellar is quiet, the air still. No sounds of flesh being devoured, no stench of blood, just darkness reaching ever downward. I'm going to have to ask you to go in first this time. I don't mind, but why? I'd rather not be skewered. It'll be fine, I'm sure. I doubt he'll attack. I can't say I'm anywhere near as confident as you. So, you get to be my meat shield should anything go wrong. Ah, so that's what I am to her. We may not have bodies, but we are still capable of feeling pain. You don't have to remind me. I have to say, I'm surprised you actually made it to the top of the tower. Is that supposed to be a compliment? Half and half. Regardless, don't assume you're safe just because you're already dead. If he were to attack and destroy your soul, you would be erased for all eternity. There would be no coming back in any shape or form after any amount of time. Just something to keep in mind. I'm not worried. We shouldn't have any trouble talking to him. If you say so, then off we go. I push open the cellar door. Behind it, a shadow of a man sits on the floor, leaning against a stack of boxes. He slowly rises to his feet upon hearing us enter. As he does, the blackness dissolves away, revealing the man. I almost didn't recognize you. Your face, it's not how I remember. It's back to normal. I see. So you weren't a witch. You were a pretty human girl. Look a little like the blind girl. No, I do not. Not one bit. If anything, he looks far more like her than I. White hair, red eyes. They even have almost the same name. I think comparing her to a large, dour-looking man is a bit disrespectful. Don't pretend you look any more approachable. He's not even half the man you think he is. Was that really necessary, Morgana? He is a man. He's indisputably a man. No matter what reason you have to claim otherwise. Actually, can angels be male or female? Can you please cut it out with the angel thing already? So, what brings you two down here? We're here to free your soul. You're forgiving me? Absolutely not. However, I've decided there's no point in punishing you any further. I see. You are, in no uncertain terms, one of the most evil men I have ever encountered.
I can hardly argue with that.
Should you so desire, I can eradicate you. Morgana, what are... Let me finish, Michel. Instead of letting your soul return, I can erase it. Your existence is a scar on the world. The allure of killing is too strong for you to resist. Even without my curse, you would bring pain and misfortune on others.
You're right. And that would probably be for the best. The world would be better off without me. And I know that. I do. But I don't want to disappear.
As you wish, then I will release your soul.
Before I go, allow me to burn this into my soul. You must resist temptation if you are to blend in. So in my next life, I won't be a killer.
I suppose it's worth trying. Do your best.
I will.
Farewell, Yukimasa. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate.
Farewell, Morgana.
He's not the only one who derived pleasure from others' pain. Morgana. It's strange. Setting them free, I both feel like a weight's been lifted, and like I'm the greatest villain of them all. Perhaps, by forgiving them, you can come to forgive yourself. But if I forgive them, what does that make everything I've done up to now? The first step toward moving on. Could you forgive those who wronged you then? The woman who tormented you? Your brother who made a mockery of you? Your eldest brother who took your life? Your mother so unwilling to accept you, she burned you at the stake? The villagers who falsely accused you of being a witch? Your father who raped the woman you love? Could you forgive them? If they were willing to repent. And if they weren't, what if they showed up intent on causing you more pain? Then suppose I'm not acting much better than any of them right now. Let's go. We have one more soul to set free. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Is Giselle really there with you? Because I can't sense her at all. If she were in the mansion, I would know. But I can't feel her presence anywhere. Be honest with me. You can't feel her either, can you? Are you sure her soul hasn't extinguished? She's here. I'm certain of it. Lost somewhere deep in the mansion's darkness. Once we've purged that darkness, she should be free to return. I have faith in her. I see. Well, I'm not sure how much this means coming from me. But I hope you see her again. I will. And thank you. I'm actually rather fond of her, Giselle. Although, I suppose it's hard not to get a little attached to someone you've spent several hundred years with. Just attached? Giselle, she's fairly fond of you herself. I can only hope. The smell of cigarette smoke seeps through the cracks in the den door. It's perfectly quiet behind it, however. No chatter or clacking of billiards balls. Morgana appears slightly reluctant to step through the door. Perhaps she's tense? Shall we? Her hand in mine, I push open the door. A shadow is perched on the edge of a dark green, rectangular table. He freezes for a moment when he hears us enter. Quickly finding his composure and marching toward us, determination in his step. The shadows dissolve, revealing the man. Morgana. Your face, it healed. It did. It's been a long time coming. And would you look at that? Not a letdown. Was it him that healed you? Yes, it was him. Well, I'll be. I was always hoping I'd be the one to have the honor. You lost that qualification when you... Yeah, I know. I'm the one who made you into the witch. The one who killed you. I don't expect or deserve your forgiveness. I'd still like a chance to make amends in any way you wish, even if it means being cursed for all eternity. I'm here to release your soul. Once that's done, that's it from me. No curses, no forgiveness, nothing. Huh. So you're cutting ties completely. Damn. Truthfully, I had no idea how you felt about me. But that ship sailed long ago. Far, far too long ago. I know. Nothing can change how I feel about you. Not anymore. I bet. I'm going to release your soul now. Could you hold off on that a moment? I don't expect you to reciprocate or even accept, but if I don't put my feelings into words, I'll never get them through to you. I think that's how she put it anyway. So I ask for this one last chance to put them into words. Morgana. Fine. The girl with the white hair. My wife. Michel? What of her? Something about that name always felt off to me. I could never shake the feeling that calling her that was somehow wrong. When I first saw her, first saw that smile, I was dead certain that she was what had always been missing from my life. That I had finally found what I'd been searching for. And now, I know why. Because I felt you in her. The memories of you ingrained on my soul. You should know better than anyone that we're nothing alike. That girl wouldn't say anything remotely impolite, even if you held a knife to her throat. You're right. You're nothing alike. But you've both got this aura about you that drew me in. Your soul's aura. I loved you dearly, Morgana. I got no right to ask anything of you, I know. But could you maybe smile for me? Just once is all I ask. I can't do it. I should. I know I should. That would let us end things on a nice note. But I can't force myself to smile. It wouldn't be fair. Yeah, I guess you're right. Sorry for putting you in that position. I've said my piece. I'm ready now. Okay. Very well then. Farewell, Jacopo. Until our souls cross paths once more in the boundless sphere of fate. Goodbye, Morgana. You couldn't have done anything more for him? Such as? I won't deny that my feelings about him are complicated, but the things he did to me, they eclipse all that. Merely learning the truth, hearing how he felt, is nowhere near enough to erase that. Couldn't you at least put a little hope in your next lives? That maybe you two could try again? No, I can't. I don't want to encounter him again. Ever. Then, if nothing else, could you try not to forget that he did save you once? I suppose, though my salvation, Michel, was not ultimately at his hands. I was watching to the very end. It may all have been an illusion, constructed from the memories of everyone's souls. But that didn't make your actions any less real. The things you said to me, your earnest desperation. Learning the truth is only partly why I decided to release their souls. The biggest reason, however, was seeing how far you went for me. If you hadn't been there for my death, if you hadn't done what you did, then I would not have freed them. Nonetheless, is it unfair of me to wish you'd shown him that smile instead, Morgana? Well, that's the last of them. Shall we be off now? The front door should open, now that I'm not willing it closed any longer. Shall we take our leave of this house? Okay. I don't know what stop we'd still need to make, but I'm gonna go. There's one more stop to make. There's still one more soul that needs releasing. His own? Is he talking about himself? Oh wait. Is he talking about Giselle? Be my guide. Still holding Morgana's hand, I make my way to the wall. Oh, it's the guy in the painting, where the landscape painting hangs. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't have even thought of this. You told me to come back if I ever figured out your name. George. So that's his brother? Hey, Michel. Hello. How'd you figure out it was me? Of course I'd recognize my own brother. Well, granted, I didn't recognize you at first. Well, it's not every day your big bro winds up as a painting, huh? It came as quite the surprise when I finally made the connection. I'll bet it did. Hold on a minute. You two are brothers? I assumed you knew. Oh, hello there. Quite the companion you've got there, Michel. So, what brings you two to my little corner of the house? I've decided I'm going to extinguish the mansion. Oh, really? Well, isn't that something? You act like I just told you what I'm having for supper. This place is going to disappear forever. Well, yeah, sure, but what brought about this? I've lost interest in cursing them. Ah, now that's some good news. You seem to get along surprisingly well with her. Time out the hoo-ha and nobody else to talk to will do that to you. Not that she ever gave me the time of day much. You expect me to stand here and listen to you yammer on for hours on end? The only thing you're good for is tossing rubbish into. Wait. So she was the one who put the master bedroom key in the painting? That she was. Just tossed her right on in without even asking. Why would you get rid of the key to my room? I had no use for it, and being in that room always made me uncomfortable. It has this terrible warmth to it. I couldn't stand it. Sure glad she only tossed the key, though. Would have been bad if she'd thrown me out with it. I didn't see the need. I did find it curious there was a soul here I hadn't summoned, but you were ultimately harmless. So I simply pretended you weren't there. So she ignored him for hundreds of years? I understand now what you meant, Michel, when you said this world didn't belong only to me. Your brother was able to find his way here because it's a deep place deeply bound to your soul. I'm no expert on none of this spiritual stuff. All I know is one day I was just here and full of regret. So if I had to guess, I'd say I probably ended up here because I wanted to be somewhere I could feel you, Michel. George, would you be so kind as to let me apologize? I know quite well how sorry you are. And you've already apologized once, besides. I went years not seeing you, not hearing from you, not having any idea what you thought about me. So when I got that painting, it was a huge blow to me emotionally. But talking to you again has reminded me what kind of person you really are, George. You didn't mean to hurt me. Nope. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing. Mom said paint it, so I painted it. And when she told me she'd sent it off to you, I didn't really think anything of it. It never crossed my mind to think about how you felt out there, all alone. The kind of pain you were going through just because of the way you were born. When you're not the one on the receiving end, it's easy to be completely blind to your own actions. It never even occurred to me that we'd essentially exiled you, Michel. Not until it was all over. Really, all I can say is sorry you got stuck with such a dope for a brother. All I had to do was think about it for 2 seconds, and I would have realized what we were doing. And you know, at the time I thought, what's it matter if you're a guy or a girl? You're still you. But I was wrong. It's not that simple. I can only imagine someone coming up to me one day saying, nah, you're actually a girl. And everyone I care about suddenly not wanting anything to do with me. What a drag that'd be. I'm really sorry, bro. It's okay, George. I forgive you. Thanks. I wanted so badly to see you and Didier again, George. And while I didn't get that chance in life, I'm still glad to have the opportunity to talk to you now. To hear the things you never got to say. It pains me to see you reduced to this form, but knowing that it's a result of overwhelming regret, that you were just that desperate to find me again, it warms my heart. What on earth was that? Me trying my damnedest not to burst into tears. I don't think it worked out very well, though. Does the canvas look wet? Could ya feel it for me? I think I'll pass. Not feeling up for any brotherly love? Honestly, I'm relieved to see you're still the same George I always knew. Changing ain't really my thing, after all. I suppose it isn't. This doesn't sit right with me. What? Why not? You're letting him off the hook far too easily, Michel. I know very well just how much pain that painting caused you. It might as well have been what resurrected me. I've moved past that, though. Make him pay for what he did. Scribble on him. Do what? Scrawl your anger all over that ridiculous painting. But I'm not angry. Now that's a damn fine idea if I ever heard one. You most definitely need to make me pay, Michel. George? Go on. Hit me with everything you got. Scribble away. Even if I wanted to, I have nothing to draw with. Just use your finger, and I'll trace it out for you. Come on, what are you waiting for? wants me to draw on him, doesn't he? He more than deserves it, Michel. Bring it on, Michel. This conversation got bizarre fast. Okay. I'll draw on you. Oh my. Now that is downright ghastly. What? You might actually have potential, Michel. Voodoo dolls are the last thing I expected from you. 4 of them at that. And a demonic being alongside him. Oh, I can just feel your burning rancor, Michel. That's not what I drew at all. What? Then what is it? It's not important. Now that that's finished, I think it's time we all took our leave. Oh, I can come too? Well, I might need a little help with that, Michel. As you can see, walking ain't one of my talents. That's alright. I'll carry you. Careful taking me off my hook. By all means, feel free to drop him, Michel. I must say, that is a rather amusing sight. It's definitely not every day you get to see a full-grown man turned painting being hauled down a spooky hall by his little bro. George. It does make me wonder, though. Are you two really brothers? I have a hard time believing you share even a drop of blood with this obnoxious lout, Michel. Oh, we are brothers, right, George? Whoa. Don't you start questioning it too, Michel. We are absolutely, positively, 100% brothers. She has a good point, though. We don't even look that much alike. No shocking family plot twists here. I've known you since you were a baby, Michel. Maybe you were secretly illegitimate, George, not me. You're not going to let go of this, are you? I'm just playing with you. Oh my God, you just laughed. Yes? What? I didn't get to see it. What was it like? Give me all the details. An ordinary laugh. Is the world ending? It's not that big a deal. I laugh just like everyone else. No, you most certainly do not. No, you definitely don't. Well, so much for my tearful reunion with the brother I always knew and loved. Anyway, since we're breaking character here, how about one from our favorite witch, too? And no cackling, that doesn't count. Excuse me? Why would you want me to? because every time I've seen you smile, it's never been about anything good. Plus, now that you got your face back, you're actually quite the looker. Come on, go on. Give me a big old grin. Not happening. Come on. Okay, fine. If you don't want to do it for me, pretend it's for Michel. What do I have to do with anything? You can do it for old Michel, can't you? Show him those pearly whites, girlie. Oh, if you insist, I suppose I can smile for Michel, but only him. Excuse me? Was that supposed to be my voice? Because I do not sound anything like that. Look at you, all puffing your cheeks and red in the face. George, try not to tease her too much. Ugh. I don't know how anyone can stand you. It's like every word that comes out of your mouth exists solely to ruin the mood. You know, maybe it wouldn't hurt to lighten up a bit. This is the end of a long journey, but that doesn't mean we have to make it a somber and uptight affair. I am genuinely not sure how I feel about you, the most somberly uptight man I know, telling me to lighten up. She's got a point, but I'm not that bad, am I? Anyway, shall we be off now? That we shall. The witch and her band of merry men departs. I'm not sure if one person and a talking painting constitutes a band. Giselle, I know we'll find each other again. I have faith we will. We'll cast away this mansion's darkness. And then, I'll await your return, no matter how long it takes. Yes, I think it's time we took our leave. Alright, I'm pretty tired, so I think I'm gonna stop here. Alright, well thanks for joining. I'll be back again tomorrow. Might do some Beat Saber, and we'll do Persona 5 Strikers. So, good night.